Hey friend, welcome to a day in my life. To start the day off, I'm making some tea before I head to my desk to check my emails. And then I'll start journaling, making sure I am centered and planned for the day. I'm part of our supply chain planning group, and specifically, I am on the demand planning side. We have another team that's on the supply planning side. Both of the teams basically run on a monthly cycle. How the two groups interact is every month, us on the demand side will generate forecasts for the next 6 months for each of the markets that we're in charge of. And that forecast gets passed on to our supply planning side in our system. Our system is Oracle, and the supply planning side will then use the forecast to one, calculate capacity at our plants, and two, to schedule production at our plants here in the US and up in Canada. When it comes to the demand side of things, the side that I'm in charge of, every month at the beginning of the month, I will go through the brands in each of the markets that I'm in charge of. I am in charge of 4 markets, and each of these markets have maybe anywhere between 200 to 1,000 brands. I will pick the top brands from here and do the forecast for the next 6 months independently. Once I have reviewed the brands and gave suggestions on what the forecast should be for these brands, I will pass it on to our market leaders for them to look at. The market leaders are in close contact with our sales team and our customer service team, so they have better insights as to what's coming down the pipeline and when orders are going to come in and when they're going to get shipped. So based on those insights, they will either agree with the suggestions that I provided or disagree. Once those suggestions come back, I will basically take a look at those, combine those suggestions, do a bunch of data processing, get the final results uploaded into our system, Oracle. And then once everybody on my team has done that, we will go ahead and approve and pass the forecast in the system. And once that is done, the forecast flows down to our supply planning team. In my process, there are a couple of tools that I use the most. One is a macro enabled Excel spreadsheet, so Excel skills are important. Second is SQL, and third is Oracle Cloud. This week in particular is going to be a little bit busy because I am in the process of reviewing what the market leaders suggested and basically making a decision as to what the final demand forecast for the markets and the brands that are in those markets are. Since I work from home, this is pretty typical. My cat Skylar is very needy and very clingy, so he will be making a lot of appearances today, and his little butthole is gonna make appearances too. But we're gonna pretend we don't see that. No, you have to go down. I gotta work. I need to work, Skylar. I gotta work. Okay, I just went through all of the market leaders' suggestions and decided on what the final forecast for all of my segments would be. So the next step now is to turn all these data through SQL to turn it into a format that Oracle, the system that we use, will accept. I would say using SQL in supply chain planning isn't typical. We only started using SQL last year because we tried to automate some of the data gathering that we do. So Excel skill is a must in supply chain planning, but SQL definitely is not. Okay, so I pretty much spent all morning um, finalizing the forecast, transforming the data, and loading into Oracle. I'm still not done yet, but I think I'm gonna go to lunch. It is already 1:20 p.m., but we're gonna get some food in and keep at it. Typically, this whole finalizing forecast process takes me 2 to 4 days. I'm just gonna call it a day and go work out and do a Peloton ride. You will get breathless when you settle back. Take whatever you want off. Okay? Here. Yes. All right, since it's a weeknight, we're just gonna do some leftovers. Um, Leftover spaghetti, leftover jalapenos, and some pre-made salad kit. Just to make it easy. It's already too much work during the day. We're not trying to further complicate things. It's been a long day today. I had a lot of time staring at the screen, and I just had dinner. Just gonna sit on the beanbag and hang out with my cat for a little bit before I go take a shower and call it a night. Thanks for coming with me into a day of my life. I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye.